This is Karen on newclevelandradio.net. And today I have actually an honor, the pleasure, and excitement to introduce a musician that is from my home. Well, I guess I could call Cleveland my hometown, um, is from the Cleveland area. His name is Michael McDonald. So, those of you in Northeast Ohio who are tuning in, I think you may know him because you play around town a lot, don't you?
Now and then, now and
Now
then,
and then.
not as much as I'd like to, but um, it's something I enjoy doing. Um, the camaraderie among the musicians here is really phenomenal, and without without I think Cleveland's music scene is one of the most underrated things there is. Um,
Absolutely.
so
We think all the music is on the West Coast and in New York City.
mm,
Um, but once you get to know the local musicians in your area, the talent is just
yep,
unbelievable.
yep.
So let's start from the beginning, Michael. What got you into music?
Just an absolute love for it my whole life. My mother was a singer in the 1940s. Um, she, I actually have a recording of her singing the hits of the day on Armed Forces Radio in Tokyo, Japan,
Wow.
uh, with a piano player, and the announcer was my father. So,
Well, then I
yeah,
guess music is in your blood.
music is in the blood. My sister plays, as you know. Um, it's it just never leaves you. I didn't start playing music until I was a teenager, and like a lot of guys will tell you, well, it's to get the girls, but
Right.
I
I
don't.
hear, yeah, I hear that a lot.
Yeah.
Um, so, Cleveland is the home of rock and roll.
Yes, it is.
What is your music venue?
What is my music venue? Well, my favorite place ever was the Barking Spider, um, and I miss it terribly. The Beachland, I love the Beachland. Uh, Mark and Cindy do such a wonderful job there. I would much rather go to shows there than um, a lot of the other,
Sure.
swankier venues or whatever. Um, uh, and just, a lot of the local small places are phenomenal. Is because of the talent here.
Right. And, one of the things I tell people is, when you go to a big arena
Mm-hmm.
and you watch a concert, um, it can be good. I'm not saying it's not, but there's a lot of work that's going on behind the scenes,
Right.
and you don't get the true quality of that performer.
No, you don't. You don't. Uh, I think actually, I should mention I have a friend who has house concerts in Streetsboro, and he's had Billy Joe Shaver in his house. He's had Bill Kirchen. And the cream of American songwriters, who are traveling the country
Right.
and end up in this small little room with 20 people maybe. Um, the it's I'm sorry. I noticed on my phone my sister's calling. Too bad.
Yeah.
Um, sorry. Um, and um, having that with you, and just being able to, and the camaraderie again.
Right.
Um, one of the things we've done every day during the quarantine is a group of us get together from the house, including the owner of the house, and mostly just a little happy hour every day. But once a week, we're having other musicians come in, like Ray Flanagan or Brent Kirby,
Okay.
um, and sometimes people from elsewhere in the country. And so it's like a small concert. There's maybe 6 people there. Everybody will throw something into their Venmo or PayPal account and help keep them going. But we're doing this really just for the working musicians. So
And that's something that I want our listeners to understand. This pandemic has been probably the hardest on performers like yourself, because a lot
Hmm.
of local artists, even if they do have a so-called day job,
Hmm.
it's it's not the best day job in the world. It's
Right.
something that they can take time off of when they have a gig. Um,
Yep.
so you're not making a ton of money, and yet on your gigs, that's competitive. And
Hmm.
so you're sort of dependent on knowing that you're booked so many
Hmm.
days a year.
Yep.
Now we've had 3 months with no bookings.
Yep.
And some of those bookings are coming back, but not all of them.
Right.
And so I know that you said that, you get together with other musicians, you do this online, you're hoping for a little assistance here and there.
Right.
And that's what people need to understand,
Yep.
that you're not out there begging, you're not on the street corner.
Right.
You're providing people with something that we all need. We all need entertainment.
Yep. I think, yeah. Well, I'm lucky in that I have a day job, um, and and even luckier that it's a job that I enjoy. Um, so anything like when I've gone on Facebook Live or whatever to do a few songs, I always just say throw it in somebody else's jar.
Well, and that's absolutely wonderful thing to do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, there's so many of you in this town that I know of personally
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Yeah.
this is your bread and butter. And
Yep.
it's hard to get unemployment when, you're a traveling musician.
Yep.
So you write a lot of your own music.
I do.
So where do your ideas come from?
Oh, everywhere. You know, a lot of my, I was joking around the other day. It's actually not a joke. A lot of my songs start in the shower in the morning.
I can
but,
believe that.
but the ideas come from everywhere. Some of them are, I've been involved in community organizing for decades. And so, there's a whole endless, a bottomless bowl of stories there. Um, there's, you know, just things that happen along the way.
Absolutely.
One time I was driving down a country road, and this old guy cuts me off, and I just wrote a song about. I turned on the mic or the recorder on my phone, and then made up a song right there. Only time that ever happened, but it's fun when it did.
So you offered that you could entertain us a little bit today.
Sure.
So tell us about the first selection you're going to play.
Well, I'll do that song. This
Okay.
is called "Let My Wheels Roll," and just like I said, as I'm driving down country road, and it was actually late at night. Well, not late at night, but it was a moonlit night in the winter in western Ohio, in the flat plains and fresh snow. It's just as bright as you could uh, possibly get it. It didn't even really need headlights. It was so bright,
Okay.
and so this came out of that. It's called "Let My Wheels Roll." Going out for a drive tonight underneath the bright moonlight. Let my wheels roll and roll. Won't bring anybody else. I'm just gonna go all by myself. I just wanna let my wheels roll. Now I don't know why I go riding by those fields aglow. I guess I'm just a restless soul. So don't you try and make me start saying I've got a broken heart. I just wanna let my wheels roll. My darling says when I'm not there, it's like telling her that I don't care. It's not my intended goal. The world's just big, the world is round, and I can't stay on one piece of ground. I just wanna let my wheels roll. I'm not going to California or the Gulf of Mexico. I'm only gonna ride around for an hour or so, but I'll drive real slow. So turn the corner, turn a page. Life is short, long are the days. Tonight is not as black as coal. So I'm going out for a drive tonight underneath the bright moonlight. I just wanna let my wheels roll. I just wanna let my wheels roll.
Very nice.
Thanks.
So, have you gone out for a ride during this pandemic?
I have actually. Just I have eternal wanderlust. So, um, as anybody who knows me through my life will attest to. So, um, yeah, just get out and go drive around. I don't, I go to the store when I need to, things like that. I'm not in any hurry to get back out in
Well, I
crowds of
sort of,
people.
and I agree with you. You know, a lot of people have said, is this the future of entertainment being on Zoom, YouTube, Skype? And the reality of it is, for a lot of us, for a long time, it will be,
Mm-hmm.
uh, because we don't know where this pandemic is really going.
Right.
So, you know, again, I reach out to our listeners and the people who already know you to say, hey, this is a performer who can get on screen and give us our own house party.
There you go.
And, let's support you that way. Have you written a song about the pandemic?
No.
You're one of the few who haven't.
I know. I've half written a song during the pandemic. I've actually been taking some time to learn some covers that I've been meaning to for years. But I write when I can. I've actually dressed up fixed up a couple of songs that I wasn't happy with before, and taken the time to retool those, and um, the and it's worked out okay. So
So you mentioned your sister who
yeah,
is also going to be doing a podcast with us.
yep.
Um, have you and your sister performed together?
Um, just twice, and those were like one song things up at a festival in upstate New York, in Schenectady County. There's
Okay.
a festival normally every year, Memorial Day weekend, called "Gotta Get Gone," and the last day of that, everybody who's there, will do a song, and sort of an open mic thing.
Well,
So
we're going to have to get you back up to upstate New York to Cafe Lena.
yeah,
Uh, that is
absolutely.
uh, celebrating their 60th anniversary this year.
I
So,
know, legendary place.
absolutely. So, what else do you have for us today?
This is a song called "If I Still Cross Your Mind," um, and uh, when I was a young man, actually when I was a teenager, I was exercising my wanderlust, and I was hitchhiking, from Long Island, out west, and one of the first things that really swept me away was, especially being from the New York area, uh, you get out west, and you see the lights of a town, miles and miles, miles away at night. It just blew my mind. It's like, wow. So, and of course there's a girl involved. Um, we were actually, we never were boyfriend girlfriend, but we've always been good friends. But anyway, but I'd hitchhiked out to Colorado. I was 16, I think, um, and her family her family had moved out west, and then she took off and went to Colorado. So um, it's not really a story about that. It's just the way the song got written. Beginnings can be awkward when you don't know where to start. Like lovers who don't know it yet, searching for a heart. The radio won't stay in tune, and the clock stopped keeping time. And I cross the road and wonder if I still cross your mind. The lights of town are shining all the way out to the plains. You can see them 40 miles off. Been weeks now since it rained. In the east behind me, the moon begins its climb. So I cross the road and wonder if I still cross your mind. Bright memories of faded love never lose their glow. I smile when I think of you and thought you'd like to know. And I once hitchhiked through the snow looking for your door. Memories of a young man, 23 or 4. You welcomed me with open arms, so gentle and so kind. Now I cross the road and wonder if I still cross your mind. And I'm looking past these 40 miles and past as many years. Seems it all comes round again, but in a different gear. We learned each other's language, if only for a time. So I cross the road and wonder if I still cross your mind. Bright memories of faded love never lose their glow. I smile when I think of you and thought you'd like to know. While I cross the road and wonder if I still cross your mind.
Well, we all have somebody in our life like that,
Yeah, we
you
do.
know? Um, so you mentioned something that, and I think I picked up on it. You're originally from New York.
Right.
What brought you to Cleveland?
Um, I was working with an environmental organization, and there's kind of a network, throughout the country of groups. And I was upstate New York because I was never a fan of Long Island, even though I grew up there. And um, I so I'd moved upstate and ended up back on Long Island right around the time I got married, and um, I was offered a chance to move here to run the field canvas for an organization here. And my wife is from Michigan originally. My family was all upstate by then, so um, I jumped at the chance. And little did I know, that was in 1985, that, you know, in 2020, I would still be here.
Still be here.
And my kids were born, raised here, and gone off to be successful. And
That is terrific.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's why I sort of hemmed and hawed in the beginning about my hometown,
yeah.
because this has been my hometown since 1982.
Wow. Okay.
So, I often refer to myself as a Detroiter,
Oh,
but
look
I
at that.
didn't live there my whole life. So,
Right. My wife is from Detroit, so
okay, well, it's a good town,
yes, it
good
is.
town. So, you have another selection for us. Tell us about this one.
Oh boy, let's see. What am I gonna do? Oh boy. Well, here, let's try this. I'm gonna. This is one of my more recent ones, actually over the winter. It's called Ruby May, and I had been seeing this homeless African American woman um, under the Main Street Bridge down by Ninth, um, actually by West Ninth, and under the bridge there under the shoreway, and every time I thought I had a chance to pull over and check on her, she'd wave me off, and then of course the winter set in, and I was pretty worried, but I know the homeless coalition uh, jumped in and saved her. But I'm thinking about what got her there. And so, no, I never met her, but I've had these things going through my head. Um, a lot of people are probably familiar with the Innocence Project and um, what they do with people who've been wrongly convicted. And I think about the stories of young men, in particular young African American men, who were wrongly convicted and miraculously got off. But I think of those who didn't, were
Absolutely.
wrongfully executed. Um, and there's a very sizable number of people that happens to. Um, so that's the basics on this.
Okay.
Under the blankets, under the bridge, with nothing but the blues. I ain't got no home, no bed, no fridge, and I ain't got no shoes. Once I had all I could want. My days were filled with love. But just like that, it all was gone, like I was cursed from up above. They said my husband killed a man on the other side of town, but they knew damn well we were on our land, clearing trees and plowing ground. But the sheriff said someone's got to pay, and it might as well be him. He said, Ruby, come tomorrow's break of day. His light's already dim. Every night and every day, I hear my husband call. Says, my love, my Ruby May, from heaven's hallowed hall. As sure as my name is Ruby May, as sure as you're my friend, well, the sun gonna shine my back door, and I will shine again.
You are excellent.
Oh, thank you.
L- love your music and love the words that you put together that make us think.
Thank you.
So, Michael, between now and whenever this pandemic is over, how do you see your future in music?
Well, I'm trying to get myself more organized. I've never been very well organized about this. So, um, I'm trying to get stuff recorded, which has been hard. I recorded "If I Still Cross Your Mind" over the winter, and that's actually the first recording I ever completed um, in my life. So I've had. Well, I guess the others are complete. I'm just because I'm not going back to them, but
Right,
they were more or
exactly.
less first takes. Um, so just I'm gonna just like I say, get myself organized. I'm gonna be doing some online stuff with FolkNet. Um, as I don't know if you ever went to Rootstock, the
No.
Rootstock thing they do every year. Some of the local concert stuff they do. They're going to be getting myself and Austin Kane and um, Kate Kuzer
Oh, great.
and Sanson Hearn. Um, we're going to be we might film it out in back of my house here because it's a nice space for it, but film individual sets. So
That
I'm looking forward to doing that, um, and then just see where it goes from there.
absolutely. How can people find your music?
Um,
Have it? Do you have it out there posted?
I do. I'm on ReverbNation.com, and miraculously enough, if you, um, it's under the name Michael Sean McDonald because of that other guy. Uh, who makes life difficult for me. Um, the but if you look Michael, if you go reverbnation.com/Michael McDonald, you'll actually get me, which I was incredibly surprised at. But for performing and on Facebook, if you look for me under Michael Sean McDonald, that's easier. If I Still Cross Your Mind is up on Spotify and Pandora and whatever it is you use to stream music. If you yell at your Alexa to play If I Still Cross Your Mind,
It'll
um,
come up.
it'll come up. Um, so there you go.
Well, that is terrific. Well, stay in touch with us when you
Absolutely.
have this concert. Okay,
Uh
let
huh.
us know so we can help promote it.
Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
we'd love to get the other
Thank you very
performers
much.
on.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad your sister told me about you because you know it's funny with all the musicians that I know in the area, your name is listed there, and
Right.
yet we haven't been in touch.
Well, now we have, and I'm very,
Absolutely.
very thankful to you, Karen. Um, I look forward to doing more with you.
Oh, very good. Well, have a great day
You too.
and stay safe.
You too.